The Anthem Veterans Memorial, or AVM, is home to more than 2,200 brick pavers representing United States Armed Forces veterans from all eras and service branches. A veteran of the Revolutionary War lies within the Circle of Honor next to a soldier still on active duty. Veterans of service branches no longer active within the armed forces find their home within the memorial and are not forgotten. On occasion, pavers representing an entire group or unit of veterans are placed within the AVM, and their amazing stories tell of their courage, sacrifice, and honor. The Quantico Marine Athletes represents one such group. As part of the Marine Corps, a special group of enlisted Marines would split their service between athletics and their regular duties as a Marine. In January of this past year, 11 of these Quantico Marine athletes, who were killed in action during the war, were honored with pavers at the AVM. They paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country, and their duty and memory will not be forgotten. The Delta Raiders were a part of the United States Army's Airborne Division during Vietnam. Some of the Delta Raiders paid the ultimate price in the service of their country, and one man in particular wanted to make sure their families knew of their courage and sacrifice. Jim Zwit, himself a Delta Raider during the war, was part of a small group of men tasked with the mission of retrieving a fallen soldier in 1971. During this mission, the group was ambushed, and 8 of his fellow Raiders were killed in action. Jim suffered critical and life-threatening injuries and had to be choppered out of the jungle and was rushed to a hospital. It took months to recover from his injuries, but Jim was eventually discharged from the hospital and found himself tackling a new mission. Over the course of the next 40 years, Jim spent his time, money, and energy tracking down the families of those 8 soldiers killed in action that chaotic day in 1971. Finally, in 2011, in Washington, D.C. at the Vietnam War Memorial, exactly 40 years to the day of the death of the last soldier Jim was looking for, he met William Ward's family, and his mission was finally complete. Jim Zwit recalled this amazing story as the keynote speaker of the Veterans Day ceremony here at the AVM in 2018. Despite all the hardships, pain, and loss he had endured, Jim had a gregarious personality and lived life to the fullest. Sadly, what Vietnam didn't take from him, cancer did, and Jim passed away in March of this year. He will be forever missed. May his memory be a blessing. During every war in American history, those who fight come from every corner of the United States. One example that is represented in the AVM is the Vashon 12. Vashon Murray Island, located in Washington State, only had a population of 6,000 people in 1970. Over the course of the war, 12 young men from this small rural community gave their lives in service to their country, an astonishingly high ratio given its relatively small population. A monument honoring their duty and sacrifice was dedicated to those brave men in a park located on the island. These are just a few of the stories that represent the lives of the names on each of the 2,200 pavers placed within the AVM. There is a story, a life behind each and every name that is etched on those brick pavers. And today, as we should every day, say thank you to all of them for their service and sacrifice in defense of our great nation.